What's up everybody, Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews here. News recently hit about the Meta Quest 3, which is now available for pre-order through Meta and shipping on October 10th. Having been a big fan of the Quest 2, I am so excited about the Quest 3 coming out because all of the features look fantastic. But what's really interesting to me is how it's going to affect the launch of Apple's Vision Pro in 2024. The Quest 3 is a noticeable upgrade in every way from the 2, which is to be expected because the Quest 2 came out almost 3 years ago in 2020. The immediate standout upgrades start with increased resolution per eye, with 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye for the 3 versus the 2's 1832 by 1920 pixels per eye, and both still have 90Hz refresh rates. The new headset features the second generation of Snapdragon's XR2 chip versus the Quest 2's Generation 1 chip. It has 8 GB of RAM, a slight upgrade from the previous model's 6 gigs. The Quest 3 also has up to 512 GB of storage, but still has a base model 128 GB option because why? It's 2023 Meta, no one wants 128 GB of storage anymore. And the Quest 3 also features a slim new design with noticeable cameras on the front. Now here's where we really start to see the differences in the headsets, and it's kind of the point where Meta starts to pull the rug out from under Apple's feet a little bit, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. And I say this because the Quest 3 is not a virtual reality headset, it's a mixed reality headset. This means that not only does it have virtual reality, but also augmented reality or AR, so that you can use it with cameras showing you your physical surroundings so you can interact with them. The Quest 3 uses 10 times as many pixels as the Quest 2 to automatically map what's around you with color and depth sensors. This means you can play games with overlays based on your surroundings, allowing you to hide behind your couch while you're in a firefight or play tabletop games in your living room that aren't actually physically there. But personally, my favorite aspect of AR is on the productivity side. The Meta Quest 3 will have all new business functions where you can use all types of programs and even Microsoft 365. This allows you to put a virtual desk setup anywhere you want, and it'll feel very immersive because you are actually seeing what's around you. I love this because you no longer need physical monitors to have full work setups and can sit anywhere you want to work. And Meta also introduced another feature that I've been excited about since the beginning of virtual reality, and that's being able to watch live sporting events from the best seats in the house. Mark Zuckerberg specifically mentioned in the recent live stream from Meta that you'll be able to watch NBA games courtside and even UFC cage fights on the edge of the octagon. And while personally I would very much rather use this technology for NFL games because I'm a football fan, I'm just excited that the technology is here. On the gaming side, the Quest 3 will now be able to utilize cloud gaming through Xbox Game Pass. It has its own standalone games as well through the Meta Store, but being able to access Game Pass is an absolute game changer. That was a little cheesy. But this is really going to apply more to the augmented reality side of the Quest 3, as most of the library on Game Pass is not VR. So instead of being immersed in your game, you'll basically be able to choose whatever screen size you want in your living room and play most of the Game Pass library that way. And although the Quest 3's hardware is not going to be enough to play a lot of the Game Pass library, through cloud gaming you don't have to worry about hardware being able to perform that well. Now aside from gaming and the actual physical controllers, the Quest 3 is sounding remarkably similar to Apple's Vision Pro, which was announced a couple of months ago. The mix of AR and VR functionality is exactly what Apple marketed for their headset, and the Quest 3 even features a similar design of being able to jump back and forth between VR and AR with a double tap with the side of the headset, where Apple has a wheel for this. But there are some reasons that the Quest 3 will take the Vision Pro down a notch, and also some reasons why it won't affect it at all. I know that's a contradictory statement, but here's what I mean. The Quest 3 starts at $500 for the 128GB version, and the 512GB version coming at $650. This is a big step up in price from the Quest 2's $304 price tags, but nothing compared to the whopping $3,500 price tag from Apple for their Vision Pro. Now with zero hands-on experience with either headset, I cannot personally tell you if the price difference is justified, but something about that makes me doubt that it is. But let's just say that the technology is just that much better when you're using it on the Vision Pro versus the Quest 3. It doesn't matter because the average consumer will stop at the price tag, and that is where the Quest 3 will absolutely dominate. However, Apple does not have the same target audience as Meta does, and so these two products in a weird way will actually complement each other, and I'll explain why. The Apple ecosystem is incredibly effective and powerful. It's rare to find someone that doesn't own at least a couple pieces of it if they like Apple products. And this ecosystem is exactly what sets the Vision Pro on its own playing field versus where the Quest 3 is. Although both have AR functionality, the Quest 3 is limited in power and in what it can do professionally. The best example of this is if you wanted to do anything other than use a few business programs and general office work, the Quest 3 is not a beast beast of a machine that will provide advanced professional function consistently. The Vision Pro, on the other hand, while also standalone with its own hardware, will also have the added functionality of being an extension of Apple's incredibly powerful laptop and desktop lineups. For me personally, I utilize Final Cut Pro on my Mac Studio because it's completely optimized for it and it's a great experience. And with the Vision Pro, I would be able to utilize the power of my Mac Studio, but only use the visuals through my headset, which eliminates the need for monitors using the AR functions. This can also be done with a MacBook while away from your office, so it gives you the ability of having a very powerful computer with you and not rely solely on the headset's hardware. So when I say these two products complement each other, they do this by providing vastly different experiences for opposite ends of the spectrum, but they still bring consumers into the mixed reality space. The Quest 3 will be mainly for gamers with the added functionality of the social aspect and AR abilities, whereas the Vision Pro is focused on professionals by eliminating controllers entirely and fitting neatly into the Apple ecosystem. But with all that said, even with Vision Pro's limited number of headsets being released in 2024, I still think the Quest 3 will hurt Apple's entrance into the headset market. But take a look at my video a couple of months ago where I covered the announcement of the Vision Pro. In this video, I talk about how Apple creating a limited batch of Vision Pros will actually encourage a sub-market of hybrid headsets, and this is the start of that. Now, why would Apple want to do that? Why would they want to create competition? To me, Apple is not the innovative company that it used to be, where it's setting the standard with new products that change the market. Over the last decade, it seems like Apple has kind of started to take a back seat to product approach, and they start taking designs and features that are fully fleshed out on like the Android market, and then when Apple finds a way to put their own unique Apple spin on it and really optimize the heck out of it, they then pull it into the Apple ecosystem. So there's two things that Apple is doing right now. They want Meta to come in and completely open up the hybrid headset marketplace, but they also want to offer a product that's super expensive that they'll make their money back on very quickly to kind of test the mixed reality headset market for the Apple ecosystem and if Apple users will enjoy it. And this is what will happen. Because Apple is jumping on a trend, a ton of other companies are going to do this, but now they have to compete against the Quest 3, which is a very economically priced system for the amount of power that you get out of it. So there's this entire market that's going to be created of mixed reality headsets, and once that market is there and Apple doesn't have to pioneer into it, I personally think that they'll swoop in and drop maybe like a $1,000 version of the Vision Pro that will absolutely dominate. This is complete speculation, but it's just what I think could potentially happen if Apple plays this correctly, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that Apple is playing the long game with mixed reality headsets, and do you think this is a potential path that they would go down? But I want it stamped right here on Freaky Tech Reviews that if Apple drops a headset in the next few years that's around $1,000, that's a much more budget-friendly version of the Vision Pro, you heard it here first. But also, I'd love to know, are you excited about the Quest 3? I love the Quest 2, I loved gaming on it, and I cannot wait to use it because the AR features are so exciting, and I can't wait to just go plop on my couch and still be able to look around and see everything going on, but have a, I don't know, 120-inch TV that doesn't cost thousands of dollars. I'm really excited for this piece of technology, and I just hope that it's as good as it looks. But I'd love to know in the comments below if you're excited about it and what your thoughts are. But if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and join the Freaky Tech family. I'd love for you to help this channel grow and be a part of the journey so I can bring more news and product reviews to you. And also hit thumbs up if you like today's content. But thanks so much for being here, and I really appreciate you spending some of your day with me. Again, I'm Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews. I'll see you next time.